This week, millions of children in England and Wales have gone back to school, although they're returning to a very different classroom to one they left behind in March.
But while many parents are breathing a sigh of relief, there are some parents who are still concerned about the risk of coronavirus, including mum of two, Kerrie Stanford, who has decided not to send her sons back to school this week and instead plans to continue homeschooling them. Good morning, Kerrie. Thank you for joining us this morning. So I guess the first question, look, there they are, busy behind you. That's good. That's very calm. That's not what my house looked like at homeschooling. Why have you decided not to send them back to school?
Well, there's a whole multitude of reasons. I mean, as you can see, they quite enjoy learning at home, and they've fared really well at home. But the main reason is, obviously, the virus is still in circulation, and if we have to self-isolate, then our finances just tank and we could potentially lose everything.
Well, your job is as a car paint sprayer and a vehicle repairer, which you've obviously you've given that up to look after the kids. Your husband is a gardener, and so he is currently the principal breadwinner for the house. Are you concerned that if he were to contract it, then that would really mess up your finances?
Yeah, well, that's obviously part of it, but obviously none of us want to get ill anyway, either. You know, perfectly healthy people are suffering with long-term COVID, and it's just not a risk we can afford to take.
I mean, a lot of parents during lockdown, you know, were put off homeschooling for life, really. No, they couldn't unlock their inner teacher. They found it really difficult. How was it for you?
It took us a little while to find our feet. The trouble we had, and I think probably what a lot of other parents had, is they tried to recreate school at home. We decided after a couple of weeks of trying that just to go with the flow, and I asked the boys what they would like to learn about, and we just took it from there.
Boats was the subject, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah. So we actually took a little trip out to Felixstowe docks to see the ferries, and we went for a walk through the woods to collect sticks and make rafts, and we incorporated maths, English, science in just that one subject.
So. And this is Danny, who's 7, who's behind you, and Zach, who's 9. And so they are in a very, very unvulnerable class of the community. We've been told countless times that it pretty much bounces off children. And so why would you not put them back in school where they can be with their friends, they can socialise? Why isolate them with just you and your family?
Well, we're not fully isolated. We're not just sticking at home. We are going out for walks quite regularly, and we do see
their friends, though.
No, they're not. They do speak to their friends via, you know, the Xbox headset and Zoom calls at the moment, and hopefully in time, if the numbers do drop, they'll get to see their friends over weekends. You know, if we can keep a distance. I mean, the reason why I'm not sending them back to school and taking that risk is because every day we're hearing new things about the virus. We're learning more and more about it. We just don't know enough. There's the new Kawasaki-like disease, which affects children, and children have been away from each other. So obviously numbers of that have been low. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen when they're all back together and shoved in the classroom all together.
Do you worry? For sure. Do you worry about their education in a way? I mean, you know, you aren't a teacher. You're absolutely doing your best. It sounds like you're being led by what they want to learn, but there is a curriculum out there to sort of be guided by. And at this age, maybe it's okay to be doing what you're doing, but sort of as they go, we don't know how long this is going to last. So if this is a permanent solution or not.
I mean, we're looking at doing this for a couple of years at least. I mean, thanks to modern technology, the curriculum and everything can be found online. I'm signing up to a website called Twinkle, which has all the resources that teachers use in school. They've often brought home things from that website that the teachers have printed out in school. I already know, thankfully, from the school what subjects they would have been learning in the upcoming year. So we're going to use those subjects as our main topic. So hopefully they won't fall too far behind.
And you have noticed a difference because it is one-on-one, so much more. You have noticed a difference in them in handwriting.
Yes, yeah. My eldest, Zach, sitting there doing his little diamond painting, has always really struggled with handwriting because in school you've got a bit of a time constraint as to how much time you've got to write out what you're supposed to be writing and learning. So he tries to rush everything and get all the content down, and because of that, his handwriting has fallen by the wayside. So being at home, learning at home, there is no time constraint. He can take his time and focus on not only his handwriting but the content as well.
Well, thank you,
Good
Kerrie.
luck. We wish you the best of luck.
Well done, Danny and Zach in the background. Getting on with your
Good
work
boys.
there. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up.
There you are.
Thank you.
Oh, well done, boys.
Well done. Let's talk now to a head teacher. Millions of children did return to school this week and have been adjusting to life in the new normal. We can speak now to Tina Wilkinson, who is the head teacher at St Andrew's Primary School in Lancashire, who says pupils are safe and she plans to fine parents who don't send their children in. Good morning to you, Tina.
Morning.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. So
Good morning.
What do you think about the conversation we just had there with Kerrie?
I think if you've got the time and the commitment and you feel confident, then, you know, it's lovely. Hearing all the activities that she was doing sounds fantastic. But the majority of parents haven't, you know, got the skills or really they found it very difficult over lockdown. And quite a lot of our parents were very relieved to come back to school yesterday.
And so there you are in a classroom right now. I think most parents are worried what the inside of a classroom looks like. What sort of safeguarding and precautions have you put in place there?
Well, we've given every classroom hand sanitizer, antibac spray and soap, and we're just wiping down our surfaces. We've got pedal bins so that the children don't have to touch the dustbin, and also that each child has got a pack so that they've got their own stationery and equipment. We're just trying to be as safe as we can.
What other changes have you made to school life? Are you doing assemblies and things like that?
No, unfortunately, at the moment, we're trying to avoid a lot of the children coming together at once. So assemblies are in the classrooms for now, and choir is my sort of best interest, really. We love doing choir and going out visiting people. So at the moment, those kind of things are on hold for us, which is a shame.
It's such a shame. And what about parents? Did you have sort of more parents concerned about sending their children back to school? Did you find as a whole everybody was quite ready to get them all back into the classroom?
Yeah, I would say on the whole, most of our parents wanted the children to come back. I did a little video for them to show them how things are going to look and where to go and things, because they're coming back to a classroom and a new teacher they haven't met before. So it was quite a daunting time yesterday, really. But we did have about 25 families who didn't return yesterday. But what I noticed last night was that some of the relatives and friends were saying it wasn't that bad, and that's encouraged them. And a few more of them have come in this morning, so that's been lovely.
Well, there are people who will take, sort of tentative steps and be a little bit nervous. Gold Circle, a professional homeschooling group, told us that they've seen a 40% increase in enrolments since lockdown, with many continuing into the new academic year. There's currently no requirements for parents to register with local authorities if they choose to homeschool their child, yet you're planning on fining parents who don't send their children in.
Yeah, I think they do have that option even here. I mean, if they don't want the child to come to school, they do have the option of homeschooling. But from our point of view, our school, we do have a problem with attendance. We have a lot of our children who don't come to school regularly on time. And that's not fair to us and to the teachers when we're trying to get things done. And although I wouldn't say that I particularly agree with fining, it does work. And I think it's a choice, one or the other. It can't be an in-between thing, really, at the moment. It needs to be.
How do you differentiate, though, between parents who are deciding whether or not they're going to homeschool and parents who, just couldn't care less if their children went to school, one day or the next? So how do you decide?
It's really difficult.
How are you going to decide who to fine?
Well, we don't decide. We ask the parent, do you want to homeschool or do you want your child in school? And so far, I mean, it's very early days for us. We've only just come back, but the parents are making that decision. So we've got 2 families that have decided to homeschool so far. But on the whole, most of our parents have made the decision to come back because we are worried, and like the parents said before, this virus is still out there. We are worried about it. We're just trying to do everything that we can to make school as safe a place as possible.
OK, well, we'll let you get on.
And well done, everyone in the background.
I know.
Once again, very attentive and working very hard.
Well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.